Watch this video and I will debunk the top 5 limiting beliefs that I hear the most about the acting career, and I will replace them with the good stuff that can empower you. Here we go. Hey guys, I'm coming to you from Shreveport, Louisiana, where I am on location to shoot a feature film called Root Letter with this company. So no blue background today, but I still got the same goodness for you. If you're new to the channel, I am Mark St. Cyr. I am a series regular on the upcoming hit TV show High School Musical, the series. I've been in multiple feature films and TV shows, and I'm going to be in this feature film coming up to you now. Number 1, there's no money in acting. Come on now, look. Acting is like everything else. It kind of looks like this. It's like a business-like pyramid, all right? You got people at the bottom making no money, just getting started. They don't have high-level skills. They are figuring things out. These are like, if I pick up this camera and I start trying to charge money for it and I don't know what I'm doing, I don't understand aperture, ISO, shutter speeds, I don't understand how to get buttery smooth footage, I don't understand framing, I don't understand any of that, and we're down here, we're not making that much money, right? And then you start kind of learning stuff, you start learning framing, you start learning how to work with clients, you start learning how to make people look better on camera, you start learning about lighting, you start learning about post-production, blah, 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 blah. You move up to the top, man. You do it for years, and you move to the top. But at the bottom, it's a bunch of beginners. But no, you're not going to make money right out the gate. But you're not going to make money right out the gate with a lot of things. A lot of things worth doing that you want to do at a high level, you're not going to make money right out the gate. If I start trying to play football right now, and I don't play football right now, I'm not going to make money right out the gate. Okay? This is what it is. It's not any different than anything else. You get really, 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 really good at it. Start associating with people that are playing at the top level as soon as you can. And then you start climbing that ladder of success. So you got the beginners at the very bottom, then you might have like internships and summer stock at the next level, right? At this next level here. And then you might got regional theater, you know, making 500 to 1,000 a week. At regional theater, still acting, still getting better, still playing these juicy, really good roles. You know, and you got your commercials and stuff. And you got like non-union commercials down here. And then you're joining the unions, right? And now you're in the regional theaters, or Broadway, and then you've got the SAG TV shows, and then you start getting those recurring roles, and then you got the series regulars, right? Now you're making like 6 figures or multiple 6 figures, and then after that you start booking. You got the actors that are on like their 10th series regular. You got people like Michael Ealy, who's like on so many series regulars, or you got people who've been on one hit show for a really long time, like the Meredith Greys, right? From Grey's Anatomy, you know. People that are at the top, they're making tons of money. And then you got the superstars, and Meredith Grey is a superstar in her own world, but like superstars, and you got like Leonardo DiCaprio, Angelina Jolie, Scarlett Johansson, Halle Berry, The Rock, Kevin Hart. You know, you got these huge people up there making millions and millions. Tyler Perry making millions and millions. All these people making millions and millions. Don't let anybody tell you there is no money in acting. There just isn't money at the very, very, very beginning. And a lot of places that give you money at the very, very beginning are not these aspirational jobs. You want to make money at the very, very, very beginning? Go get like a job at a coffee shop. Go get a job at Walmart. Go wait tables. Those give you money pretty much even at the very beginning. And even then, they don't give it to you right at the very, very beginning. They give it to you after like a training period. Training period! There's a training period in all of these jobs, okay? Acting is no different. There's a training period, and then there's a ladder. It's like everything else. What you need to figure out is how to get to the top of that ladder. So hang out with people at the top of the ladder, learn from them. Hang out with people who already have the results, learn from them. Associate with people that bring in big money, the agents and the managers and stuff. Associate with them, team up with them, learn from them. That's where the money's at. So there is money in the acting game. You just have to know where to find it. Brings me to part number 2. Here's the second most popular limiting belief that I hear is that acting career has to be hard and has to be a struggle. Look, there's going to be work involved. But you can make sure that it's the kind of work you want to be doing. It's the kind of struggle you want. You know, when you go to the gym and you're working out, the way I know my muscles are growing is when I get something that I can barely get up. And, oh, okay. And my muscles are exhausted. It was a struggle getting that muscle up. But the next day I'm stronger for it, and I can come back 2 or 3 days later and I can do it a little easier. There's a little bit of a struggle to it. That's normal. That's normal. You want to make sure you are struggling for good and not just out here struggling aimlessly forever without progress. Okay? Don't identify yourself with the struggle. Acting classes are not always easy. Memorization is not always easy. Showing up to anything consistently is not easy. Being willing to invest money up front in something to get better at it is not easy. And again, this isn't just with acting. If I wanted to be a great boxer, I got to buy the gloves, I got to buy the personal trainer, I got to buy the membership. Putting in the work there is difficult. Okay? If I want to be great at painting, I got to buy the tools, I got to take some classes or find a mentor, watch videos, spend time. You're going to have to sacrifice time and money. Okay? But that's not to say that acting is a struggle. Becoming great at anything requires overcoming difficulty. And acting is no different. Don't make acting special by saying it's a struggle. Okay? What is difficult about acting that might be undifferent is that the path is not always laid out super clear for people, so people don't know where that journey is supposed to take them. People like certainty, and people have to create a certain amount of certainty for themselves in acting and be okay with the fact that there is a lot of uncertainty. I could not have predicted that I would be here in Shreveport, Louisiana, working on this feature film. What I can predict is that next year I'll probably be working on an even bigger feature film, because that's what I do. That's just what I do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who it's going to be for, what it's going to be, but I'm auditioning for them. My auditions are getting better. My clout is getting better. Every single year it gets better. I can't predict what it's going to be or when it's going to be. That is what is difficult about the acting career. You know, there are all these things that require sacrifice of certainty. Building a business of any kind. If I wanted to build a business doing plumbing, there's uncertainty there. I got to compete with whoever's already got there. I got to start building a client list. I got to build an email list. There is uncertainty in all kinds of things that require greatness. Acting is no different. Struggle is a perception of how you view the work. When you're excited to do it, it doesn't have to be a struggle. The struggle can kind of be exciting. The struggle sometimes when I go to acting class and Eric is like telling me something and he's like, okay, you're almost there. It's like I'm trying to grab this new skill. And like I'm almost there, and I fell back, I fell back, and then eventually, like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm like, oh, I'm just kind of hanging here, but it ain't comfortable yet. Still not comfortable. The next week, I'm like, oh, this is easy. What's next? Do you know that's what it is? But that's the same with literally everything. Number 3, there are no rules for my type. There are no rules for blank type. Okay. When I was growing up, I loved a show called Smallville. I loved a show called One Tree Hill. One Tree Hill, I don't know if they ever introduced a black person on that show. Smallville, there was a black guy. He was the best friend of Superman. And I remember thinking, man, I wish that, I could be Superman, but probably can't ever be Superman. Or like, I used to watch the Power Rangers, and they had the one, Zach, the black Power Ranger, and we had Trina, but I think, like 3 out of 5 were all white. And I used to be like, dang, but you know what? I'm good enough to get that one. I'm good. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. When I didn't even decide until I was like 16, 17, but I was like, when I decided I want to be an actor, it's like, you have to have some audacity in you to know that you're going to figure it out and that you're excellent and you're going to keep putting yourself in positions to succeed. And when you keep putting yourself in those positions to succeed, you're going to put out an amazing product, and eventually the people are going to find you. And you have to have some faith, and that's scary, but that is what it takes, okay? And this is true for people who are diverse and aren't diverse. Everybody's sometimes I don't like this word diversity because I don't think it's accurate. I'm just going to talk in racial terms for a moment here. Right now is probably the most difficult time it's ever been for white people who are not already stars. Listen, if you want to be in this game and do the thing, figure it out. There's still going to be at least one white person in most of these things. Even in Black Panther, we had like 3 or 4 white people that still have roles. They just require greatness, okay? So be great. Please be great. I don't care what race you are. That just should be a prerequisite. Be great at what you do. Just be great. When the role comes, be great. Not every story is for you. Not every story is for your type. But we are in a golden age, as far as I'm concerned, with the most variety of types of stories being told, with the most diverse amount of different stories being told. I use the word diversity, but there I actually felt like it was accurate, so I'm going to use that word. It's not a code word for not white people. I mean, literally diversity of like all types of stories. So, just get on with being excellent at who you are doing what you do. Don't worry about the rest of the stuff that you cannot control. It's a distraction. If you see anybody that remotely looks like you who's doing it already, there's room for you. And don't let the present be the measurement for what you believe the future can be. This one's on representation, okay? It's a two-parter. Here's the part that I hear a lot. If I don't have an agent or a manager, I can't be successful. And here's the second part to that. If I leave my shitty agent or manager, I'll never be successful. So the first part of that is like, look, hustle for yourself. Get on Actors Access, get on Backstage, get on your social media, hustle for yourself first. That's the first part. You got to do that even when you have the reps. Bad reps are worse in a lot of ways than no reps because they're getting in the way of you finding good reps. And I have a lot of friends who are with people that are bad. I used to be with somebody who I abhor. And throughout my journey, people that you don't know when you don't know. Like, you don't know who is good and who's bad at the beginning sometimes. Sometimes you got to learn. And I have been grateful to learn, and now I try to teach people, here are the top agencies, here is how they should be treating you. Here are the boutique agencies, here are like the mid-tier agencies, managers, all of that. And sometimes you don't know what you don't know. Like when I got with Authentic, who is like a top 10 management company on the planet, I was like, what was I doing before? Like, what was I settling for before? Oh my gosh, my life dramatically changed. High School Musical, the audition would not have come out without Authentic, okay? So, but to get them, I had to leave the manager I was not a fan of, that I felt was holding me back, and they were holding me back in a very big way. They were overcharging me. They were trying to lock me into this contract so they could keep getting money off me, and they weren't providing high service. And at one point I was scared to leave because I thought some auditions is better than no auditions. But if I had stayed with them, I could never have moved up to my dream management team. Don't give all your power away. Don't give your identity away to these people representing you as though they decide how much value you have. Be willing to let them go if they're not working, and be able to trust yourself that you're going to hustle. That's what it's about. Okay. This is the last one I'm going to wrap it up with. Actually, wait, what did I do? I did money, struggle, type, representation, defining you. Yeah, this is the last one. People have a tendency to think that becoming successful at acting is about getting lucky. I thought this way for quite some time. And you know what? To an extent, yeah, luck is involved. It's involved in acting in a similar way that it's involved with undertaking any great undertaking. If, let's say, I want to find the woman of my dreams. Okay, so luck. Let's use the dating analogy here. First, I have to find women to talk to. Second, I have to find women I am attracted to out of that woman group that I have found. Third, I got to talk to them. And then I'm going to receive the fourth step, which is rejection or exception. And then I have to go through a whole series of tests with them while I'm dating them to assess if they are the woman of my dreams. Here's what I don't control. I don't control whether they say yes or no. I don't control how attracted they are to me. I don't control how attracted I am to them. I don't control that sort of thing. But here's the part that I do control, right? The first task, finding women to talk to. If I walked out of this hotel right now and had to find 10 women to talk to as I'm trying to find the woman of my dreams, it's going to be a challenge. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm in Shreveport, just out here with the highway. I might go down to the bar, but maybe there's no women even in the age range I'm looking for. That's a challenge. I got to solve that. And part of that is luck. Like, oh, what if I could get lucky and she could be at the bar right outside, right? Or I could get lucky and they could be walking by. I could get lucky to a point, but I don't worry about the part that is luck. I worry about what I can control. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to a place where women are abundant and plentiful. And then I'm going to go to a place where women are abundant and plentiful and I tend to be attracted to them. So I'll just go to like a yoga studio or a meditation retreat or any kind of activity where women I like tend to hang out, like a money-making seminar, all these things that I like, okay? So I find the women there. The odds that I'm attracted to them go up higher. The odds that there are women there go up higher. And now, here's the part I control. Another part I control, which is how I present myself, how I talk to them, how I engage with them. That's another part that I control. And then even after all those parts that I control, they have the last say here. This part's out of my control. They might have a boyfriend. They might be gay. They might have just lost a loved one or that lost their husband and are not in a place to be able to date right now. There are many reasons why they might not be open to dating me right now, and I don't control that. And I harbor no upset or frustration about being redirected or receiving that rejection. In fact, in the dating world, I really love when people make it clear what their intentions are really early, because that allows me to be redirected earlier and save my time, which I cannot replace, and save them time, which they cannot replace. So that's the dating analogy. There are parts of it that I cannot control. I don't focus on that. I focus on the parts I can control. I focus on dressing the way I want to dress to attract the kind of person I want to attract, talking the way I want to talk to attract the kind of person who wants to converse with me, ending up in locations, putting myself in locations where the kind of people I'm excited about are abundant. The same thing with acting, okay? I'm going to put myself in a position where the kinds of auditions I want are abundant, like New York City or Los Angeles, possibly Atlanta, right? If I live in Lafayette, Louisiana, the kinds of auditions at the level that I want are not abundant on the same way. So I'm going to go to one of these other places where that's abundant, right? I'm going to interact with casting directors and people in circles where they do the kind of projects I'm attracted to, projects that have a certain budget, certain level of excellence, certain level of execution, certain kinds of roles. Those are things I'm attracted to. I'm going to put myself in those situations. I'm going to associate with managers and agents who attract these kinds of projects for other people because that's what they normally do. I'm going to associate with them. Another aspect I control. So I control my location. I control who represents me. I control who I associate with. Then I control my representation, I control my location, I control who I associate with. Then I control my outfit when I go to auditions. I control my performance, what I say, how I carry myself. I control the way people feel when they are around me. Those are the things I have control over. I can control a follow-up. I can control saying thank you when I get the audition. I can control saying thank you when I get the booking, sending a picture of me on set and just saying thank you, just expressing gratitude. These are the things that I can control. And the number one area that you want to focus on is the part where you're auditioning and making sure that's exquisite, because you're not guaranteed to get the part, but you are guaranteed to make an impression. And if you can make a great impression, that thing can last for a much longer period of time. So that's what I can control. You focus on that. I bring up the dating analogy to show you that this aspect of luck in the acting industry is not really different than it is in the dating category, than it is in the entrepreneurship and business category. In the entrepreneur business category, if I have a business, I might have to speak to 100 prospects to get like 5% to get 5 buys, right? That's not uncommon that you advertise to 100 something people. You might get a click-through rate of say like 10 to 20% people, and then of that 10 to 20% people, maybe you get 10 of that percent, right? So maybe you get like 2 or 3 or 4 buys per 100 people looking at your thing. Not uncommon. It's actually quite normal in that realm. But in acting, for some reason, we think this is crazy. We're like, we have to go to 100 auditions to get like 4 or 5 great bookings that raise our level every year. Sometimes, and what you spend your time doing is raising your skill level and making yourself a more attractive product year after year so that you get better and better auditions. So that is how luck plays into acting. Yeah. So those are the top 5 limiting things I hear the most. There's no money. There is money. You just have to be qualified to get it, know how to get up there and get it. It has to be a struggle. Here's the thing, everything in life has struggle in it where you're trying to get better. So don't make acting special. Acting in and of itself is not a struggle. Becoming great at things is a struggle. So no, acting is not a struggle. And you can, if you change your perspective and enjoy it, then it's not a struggle. The third one, there's nothing for my type. We're making stories for everybody right now, and we're looking for you. So get out there so we can find you. That if you don't have reps or you have the wrong reps, you can't do it. Well, you can control this, so get on that, and don't let your reps define your ability for success. The last one is that it's about getting lucky. Everything involves luck, so control what you can control and let the higher powers control the rest. If you enjoyed this video and it was helpful for you, inspirational for you, please give it a like, give it a comment, and subscribe. If you know someone who needs to hear this message, please share it with them. I would love for it to be out there helping people. That's why I make these videos, is that I want the videos that I wish I had when I was coming up. I want the mentor that I wish I had when I was coming up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.